Hello, NFL Chill Spot. This is Ezri Rozier. I'm currently on a burner account because Mark Zuckerberg decided to ban me because I posted a joke post about shooting Jonathan Gannon out of a cannon. And apparently that was serious enough to warrant me being banned for 3 days. So I'm on this burner account. I named it after the 20th president of the United States, James Garfield. And here we are. I am not hiding. I was not hiding after that loss yesterday. We're going to talk about it right now. All right, so I'm going to start with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts played he played the worst game of his entire career yesterday. I believe he finished with 129 yards passing, 3 interceptions, and a QBR of 17.4. He also had 70-something yards on the ground rushing as well. He was bad. He was so bad yesterday. So bad. He turned it on with like 5 minutes left in the game, but for most of this game, most of it when it really counted, Jalen Hurts, it was ugly. So many overthrows, so many thrown passes that shouldn't have been thrown. A lot of throws into just double coverage. He is outright missing dudes. Some of the same issues that we've been seeing earlier in the season, but I thought he was improving these last few weeks. And then he takes like a million steps back today. The overthrows, the throws into double coverage, the misses. It was just really bad. It was really bad. Now, the first interception, I thought that the Giants got away with a hold on Quez Watkins, but I'm not blaming the refs. I'm not blaming the refs. The refs don't have anything to do with this loss. I'm not that kind of fan. I am not blaming the refs for this loss, but to me personally, it looked like the Giants got away with a hold on Quez Watkins, that first interception. But now the second interception, right before halftime, he threw an interception. There is no excuse for that throw. Jalen Hurts, you see the pocket collapsing, the Giants defensive line, they're converging on you. You run, throw the ball away, throw the ball away. But no, he didn't throw the ball away. He makes a terrible throw and it gets intercepted. And that's horrible. That cannot happen. That is completely on Jalen Hurts. That is on Jalen Hurts right there. You cannot make that throw. You got to be smart enough to throw that ball away, man. I mean, I know Hurts is smart enough to know that. Hurts is smart enough to know that. That's a play that I expected Carson Wentz to make. That's a play that you would expect out of Carson Wentz. We were all over Carson Wentz last year for not throwing away the ball. We just absolutely went into him. We just slaughtered him for not throwing the ball away last year. This was a Carson Wentz kind of play from Jalen Hurts. He cannot make that throw. He cannot make that throw. And then later on in the second half, he throws another interception, his third of the day. It was just a bad day by Jalen Hurts, a very bad day. Now I want to talk about Nick Ceriani. Nick Ceriani, he deviated from a winning strategy. He deviated from a strategy that worked very well the past few weeks. So the previous 4 weeks, we've been the best running team. And then today, I felt that in certain scenarios, we deviated from the run when we really had to run the ball. Now, the second interception that I was talking about before, I wouldn't have passed the ball on that play. To me, I don't even think that should have been a passing play to begin with. I would have ran the ball then. I would have ran the ball. Now, I hear people saying that there was only 8 seconds left on the clock, and you do risk running out the clock if you don't get the touchdown, and then you just go into the half with nothing. To me, I don't care. I don't care. Listen, I would have had the guts to run the ball there because this has been the best running team in football the past 4 weeks, and I trust our run game to get that ball in the end zone. I trust us to punch that ball right into the end zone for a touchdown. I trusted that running game to score a touchdown right there. And if they don't, then okay, I'd rather lose trying what's been working the past 4 weeks. I'd rather lose doing our strong suit. And Nick Ceriani, I really thought that was a run the ball situation, and we didn't take advantage of it. So the pass got intercepted. We go into halftime trailing 0-3. And then this this is a point that really gets me mad. Really, really. So after the half, we come out the halftime. We got the ball to start the second half. A few plays in, Miles Sanders breaks out a huge run. It was like a 27-yard run, I believe. It was a huge run by Miles Sanders. But later in that drive, we get to a third down, right? So I'm thinking, okay, it's a third down. I think it was like a short third down. I would have ran the ball there. I'm thinking, run the ball. And no, we passed the ball. And I'm like, no. Why would you pass there? You got to run the ball. But I'm like, okay. But then I see that we're going for it on fourth down. And I'm like, okay, it's a fourth down. So they're definitely running the ball, right? Right? Nope. No. Nada. We passed the ball again on fourth down. We don't get it. It falls incomplete. And then we set the Giants up with prime position in the middle of the field, I believe. Excellent field goal position. Well, excellent field position in general, not just for field goals. And I'm just thinking, you passed the ball 2 downs in a row on third down and fourth down. You've been the best running team for the last 4 weeks. Why are you not running the ball? A few plays earlier, you just got a 27-yard run. What are you doing, Nick Ceriani? What are you doing? We also got to talk about Nate Herbig, number 67. Nate Herbig. I've never liked Nate Herbig that much because he draws a lot of penalties. I remember, I think it was the Bengals game last year in overtime. He got a huge holding penalty, and that wiped out a huge catch by Zach Ertz, and we ended up in a tie with that game, another tie with the Bengals. We cannot beat the Bengals for some reason. Like, there's teams that we beat all the time, like the Giants, the Rams, the Bears, but then certain teams like the Seahawks and the Bengals, like we cannot beat the Bengals. Another tie with the Bengals. I'm getting off track. But anyway, so Nate Herbig, in this game, Jason Kelce had a knee injury in the second quarter. So he was out of the game for a little bit. And so Nate Herbig came in, filling in his place. And I'm like, oh no! Nate Herbig! So on this one drive in the second half, wait, was it? I can't remember. It might have been in the first half, but there's a drive. So, oh no, it was the second half. So there's this drive. I think it was right after that drive where we punted. Well, we basically set up the Giants on fourth down. So we get a huge running play. I think it was either a running play by Boston Scott or a keeper by Jalen Hurts. It was a huge gain. And guess what? Holding offense number 67. Nate Herbig, a holding call to wipe out a huge gain. And then that very same drive, Boston Scott, the Giant killer, he has 6 touchdowns against the Giants in his career. I think that is so prophetic. That's so poetic how the smallest eagle, a guy that's 5'6", is the one that kills the team called the Giants. I just love that. But so Boston Scott, he scores a touchdown. But guess what? Holding number 67 again. Again, Nate Herbig gets called for holding. He takes a touchdown off the board. It can't happen. 2 holding calls on that same drive by Nate Herbig. And then he wipes a touchdown off the board. That is the 7th touchdown we've lost due to a penalty this year. 7 touchdowns lost by penalties. We lost a touchdown against the 49ers. Jalen Reagor, he stepped out of bounds on a touchdown pass in the end zone. We lost 3 touchdown passes against the Chiefs due to penalties. We lost a touchdown pass against the Panthers. It was a Devontae Smith catch. We lost a touchdown pass against, I think it was the Saints. Saints last week, yeah, a touchdown pass to Goddard we lost. And then we lost a touchdown pass yesterday. I've never seen a team lose so many touchdowns because of flags. I've never seen it. I've just never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. Jonathan Gannon, I've been going into him a few weeks. He's the reason I'm banned right now because that post I made asking if we could fire him out of a cannon. I said, well, it was in quote. I asked, can we please fire this guy out of a cannon? I was referring to Jonathan Gannon. It was after we lost to the Chargers and his atrocious defense. He's the reason why I'm in Facebook jail right now. But anyway, I can't really get too mad at Jonathan Gannon because we didn't get enough pressure. But here's the thing, though. We were blitzing a lot in this game. I saw a lot of blitzes, and Daniel Jones was just beating the blitz. He was just beating the blitz. So I can't get too mad at Jonathan Gannon. It's just our defensive ends, our pass rush right now, it sucks. It sucks. Now, I expected to win this game, but I posted this before this game. I said one of my concerns about this game is the defensive line. The defensive line scares me for this game. Last week against the Saints, they were missing their left and their right tackle, and yet we still couldn't get major pressure outside of blitzing in the first half. We still didn't get major pressure. The Saints missing both of their tackles, and that performance we had last week, it was very unsatisfying. So I went into this game thinking, okay, we might be in some trouble with this pass rush, this defensive line. We could be in some trouble, and it proved me right. Daniel Jones had zero turnovers yesterday. Zero. This is the same guy that has 49 turnovers in 37 games. And yesterday, he didn't turn over the ball a single time. We did not get the Daniel Jones. I've read that we got like 1 or 2 sacks. Did we even get that? I don't remember us sacking Daniel Jones. Now, there was that one play later on where he basically gives up and kind of just goes to the ground himself. But does that really count as a sack? That wasn't a sack. That was Daniel Jones just getting down, just diving for the deck. That was just Daniel Jones diving for the deck. Next, I want to talk about Boston Scott. So I've mentioned Boston Scott earlier in this video, the giant killer. So we get the ball back late in the game. I think it's like, at this point, it's like 1 minute, 54 seconds left. So there's a huge run by Boston Scott. I'm like, yeah! Boston Scott, the giant killer. He's going to do it again. And then he fumbles. And then the Giants player recovers it. And I'm thinking game over. I'm thinking he just fumbled. That's game. We're done. We lost. But then the defense gets a 3 and out. Our defense got a 3 and out. It's amazing for how badly the Eagles played in this game, for how terrible our offense was. We were still in this game. The score was 3-0 Giants for a long time. By this point, after that 3 and out we forced, the score is 13-7. We held the Giants to 13 points through this game. The defense played a very good game. Well, this was a good defensive game by both sides. This was a really defensive effort. Both teams excelled on defense. So with all this that went wrong, with Hurts playing so bad, with Nate Herbig sucking, and we were still down only by 6 points. So we get the ball back, and I really think that we're going to win at this point. I'm like, oh, yes! I'm thinking that we're going to win. I'm thinking we were going to win the game. And so there's a few nice plays to move down the field. Kenneth Gainwell, he catches a long pass on the sideline. He bobbles it, but he gets it in control. It goes for a huge gain. I'm like, I can just feel the momentum. I can feel the momentum by the Eagles right now. I can feel it. They were surging. They were marching down that field. I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be Miracle at the Meadowlands, number 47. Like we always have these like miraculous comebacks against the Giants. And I was expecting this to be another one. I was really expecting it. So we get this is where I really get furious. This is the part of the game that just really took it out of me. This is the part of the game that just broke me. So there are two plays I want to focus on. And they were both for a man named Jalen Reagor. Now, earlier in this game, right before halftime, Jalen Reagor made a huge catch on the sidelines right by the goal line. And I'm like, oh, look at Jalen Reagor. Look at Jalen Reagor taking some urgency. And so I was really thinking, wow, Jalen Reagor, he's really trying to step up. I made a post about Jalen Reagor not too long ago saying I was worried about him because he finished the game against the Saints with -1 yards. And then 2 weeks before that, he finished the Chargers game with -6 yards. So I'm like, because I really want to give Reagor a chance. I don't want to jump ship on Reagor like some of our other fans have. And then, so there's these two plays. We throw to Reagor. He lets the ball go right through his hands. It hits him in the face. And that ball should have been intercepted. That ball should have been intercepted. I'm watching the play after it goes through Rager's hair. Why did I say that? Rager's hands. The ball went through his hands, and then the Giants player comes in like under him and tries to catch it. I thought that was an interception. I thought that the ball hit the ground, but it turns out that it didn't. So miraculously, we got a huge break. It should have been an interception, but it wasn't. So you get another chance at life. You get another chance at life. Rager just dropped it. It literally hit him in the face. It hit him in the face. It went through his hands, hit him in the face. The Giants player, he just barely fails to intercept the ball. We get another shot. We live to see another day. And then there's a play after that. I'm not going to focus on this one too much, but it looked like Dallas Goedert dropped the pass. So then we get on 4th and 10. 4th and 10. This is the game. This is the game on the line. This is the final play. The final play. So the pass rush, the Giants pass rush, it converges on Jalen Hurts again. He scrambles. He moves back and forth a little bit. Then he stands. And he throws to Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor lets the ball go right through his hands, hits him in the face again. He drops it again. Again. Game over. Eagles lose. Our first time losing 2 straight games to the Giants since 2008. That was 13 years ago. Our first time losing consecutive games to the Giants in 13 years, 2008. And Jalen Reagor, I just cannot believe this guy. I cannot believe him. The fact that the previous play, you let the ball go through your hands, hit you in the face, and we get a huge break. It should have been intercepted. I was thinking that was it. I was thinking that was the game. I thought that was the game. It went through his hands. It just barely fails to be intercepted. And then he gets another chance. He gets another chance. He can be the hero. People can forget about that previous play. As for Jalen Hurts, now Jalen Hurts, this doesn't exonerate him in any way. He threw 3 interceptions. He still played a terrible game overall, but those 3 interceptions, they had nothing to do with this moment right here. They had nothing to do with that moment. He threw the pass, and Jalen Reagor, he drops it again. I'm done. I am done with Jalen Reagor now. I tried to give him a chance, but no, this game, it took it out of me. This game took it out of me. I am finished with him. I'm done with Jalen Reagor. I really wanted us to just be patient with Reagor, but this game, it reminded me of that 2019 game against the Detroit Lions. We lost in the exact same way. We dropped the pass at the goal line. It was J.J. Arcega-Whiteside that time. Oh, yeah, the Umbrella Man. Umbrella Man made a big catch. Umbrella Man made another big catch today. And he did more than Jalen Reagor did. He did more. The Umbrella Man. Umbrella Man. And it is just, this loss hurts. This loss really hurts, man. We've lost heartbreaking games. Like last year, we were up 17-0 over Washington. We lost that game 17-27. We allowed 27 unanswered points. The season before that, we lost to the Miami Dolphins, one of the most embarrassing games I've ever watched. We've lost heartbreakers. That's not like something new, but losing heartbreakers to the Giants, we're usually the heartbreakers in this series. This is a game that played out the way an Eagles win over the Giants. This was a game that the way it played out, it's like the roles were reversed. So Evan Ingram last year, the Giants, they came to Lincoln Financial Field. The Giants were up 21-10 in the fourth quarter. Daniel Jones threw a nice pass on 3rd down to ice the game with an 11-point lead. Evan Ingram dropped it. And now this game, Jalen Reagor drops potential touchdown, definitely a first down at the goal line. This was worse than Evan Ingram. This was way, way worse than Evan Ingram. And how the tables turn. Last year it was the Giants. It was the Giants that lost by a drop pass. And this time we dropped the pass. We're usually the heartbreakers. But this time we the ones that got our heart broke. I sincerely hope that Jalen Reagor wasn't on that team bus. They shouldn't have even put him on the team bus. Make him walk back to Philadelphia. Make him walk back to Lincoln Financial Field. Oh, Rager, you blew it, Rager. You weren't the only problem in the sauce by far, but the fact is you had two game-winning touchdowns, two potential game-winning touchdowns, and you dropped both of them. Like, what are you trying to be? Are you trying to be the second coming of Nelson Aguilar? Oh, look at me. I'm Jalen Rager. I like to feud with Eagles fans on Twitter. I like to block out people from replying. I got bricks for hands. I'm trying to be the second coming of Nelson Aguilar. You can call me Jalen Ragular. I'm so glad you guys picked me over Justin Jefferson. Ha 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 ha. This hurts. This one really hurts. It hurts. Now, this isn't the end of the Eagles. It's not the end. We're 5-7, but now while this loss basically ended any hopes of winning the division, it ended any hopes of that. However, we are not dead yet. We could still make a wild card berth. We could still win a wild card position because we have a key edge over some other wild card contenders like the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers. We beat all three of those teams. We hold a tiebreaker over those teams. However, the problem is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers, they have surged in these past few weeks. They started this season 2-4. They are now 6-5, I believe. 6-5. And the reason why the Niners are deadly to us is because they beat us earlier at the Link in a game that we should have won, by the way. And that game, I just cannot believe it. A 98-yard, wait, was it? It may have been a 91-yard passing play to Quez Watkins, and we got no points from that. No points from that. All because Nick Ceriani decides to get cute. He decides to get all glamorous and pretty. He decides to go for a Philly special play on 4th down, and we get nothing. We got nothing from a 91-yard passing play. Unbelievable. So the Niners, they're a problem for us, but the Eagles aren't dead yet. We're not finished. It looks bad right now, but we are not done yet. We are not done yet. I don't hide after losses. I will never hide after losses. Making this video, it was very miserable. Very miserable. Because I talked a lot of trash before this game. I did. I'll own up to it. I talked a lot of trash because I expect to beat the Giants every time. I'll be real. I'll keep it real. I'll keep it 100 with you guys. Because the Eagles, they've dominated the Giants in recent history. We have. And now we've lost 2 straight to the Giants, something that hadn't happened in 13 years. And it's a problem. It's a problem. But shout out to the Giants fans, Stacy Killings, Glenn Buchanan, Ross Rivera, and Ian West. Ian West, you called me out on a post. I was not hiding. It was a burner account I had to make. I had to make a burner account because I got banned because apparently saying that we fire somebody out of a cannon, that's no-no. That's a no-no. Who would take that seriously? Like, who would take, I'm obviously joking. Nobody fires people out of cannons anymore. What is this, the 15th century? Really? But yeah, and that's it, guys. So peace out.